Hello. Sorry for delays. I clicked start the stream and everything just go go dark and I have no idea if it started or not. Today our household lost power, so I have to restart all the things. But what I see is that even now it's not like working perfectly. I see that internet not doing well. So let me see if I could see something. Maybe I could switch to different internet. Give me a second. And let's see. Okay. I was able to see myself on the phone, which is cool. Let's see how it's working. Okay. See no one here, so 3, 2, 1. Hello. Welcome to my stream number 104. Yes, it's my 104 episode of Romantic Developer Late Night Talks. We are talking about multiple stuff from philosophy, politics, religion, fatherhood, husbandhood, up to software development and current state of the things in software development, in artificial intelligence development, and future bright or not so bright of the world, taking into account current trends. I'm not too trendy, of course. I'm not spending days and days and days of looking what is trendy, what is not. But I work with some models, some artificial intelligence model for healthcare. Not in my every project, but a lot. And in my free time, I try to use LLM for solving some other task. Maybe like many of you as well. You just can use so many tools, starting from ChatGPT, chats, Copilot in Microsoft, or multiple integration into platforms like into Samsung phones, into Apple phones, into multiple applications like Copilot in Microsoft Office products, and so on. There are so many things. And at the same time, I'm in development for a long time. I'm in development. I work. I do professional experience as a developer about 20 years. Yeah, more than 20 years. And at the university, I work on so-called machine learning machine learning classes, and we built some of the models which are very simple, built on some, I'm not sure how I call it. Let's call it graph. It's called automats. I don't know the proper word in English. So some automation, basically graphs or graph tree, so which emulate current neural models. You could build one layer, multiple levels, and maybe one of the first my work to build a neural network from scratch to recognize some characters written in 8 to 8 cubes, and how what is the process of learning, self-learning, and so on. There wasn't such thing like self-learning. It was just learning. You show the letter and ask what is that. It output the most possible option for the letter, and then you say no, it's letter Z, A, for example, and that go and reconfigure its parameters so that for those type of image, A become more possible than any others. Because it's only 8 to 8 field, so it was 64 inputs, and it was, if I'm not mistaken, we are talking about English alphabet and not about a capital or like small letters. So we use only small letters in that model. So we are talking about 26 outputs. So 64 inputs, 23 outputs, and it was one layer. So not like current 5 million nodes model, but it was pretty simple. Yeah, maybe even it's not one layer, but yeah, I don't remember. So, and starting from those times when I was at university, and it was about maybe 25 years ago, to that moment, I saw how artificial intelligence is evolving, and of course, the few last years it evolved so much faster with exponential power. Let's say that because of multiple factors, because of some good mathematical learnings and how to build modern neural network with associated memory, with associated everything, which of course create even less understanding how that models work internally. No, you could understand how it works, but you couldn't understand it at some point of time. So when it's already set up, learned, and you have access to everything, you have access to every model coefficient, and you could read it. You couldn't predict how it will work later. Of course, you could for some specific input data see what would be the output data, but looking at this model, you couldn't predict everything. You couldn't see how it will behave in all other cases, and it's okay. It's used to be to work like that. We just set up, and then it will do self adjusting, learning, modify all the coefficients to make to be more aligned with what we want as a result. And yeah, and right now we are still talking about LLM, basically a classification model, like that initial model I built in my early student years, which on basically on 54 inputs, where it would be 0 and 1 based off if we have pixel with pink with ink. I'm sorry, it could be pink ink, of course, but normally it's blue or black. So if we have pixels which is filled with ink or not. And yeah, it's very simple model, but current models work similar. So in similar way, you provide its input um, as some of your text string or something, and it try to predict beautiful output for that string, and basically on each prediction it looks like if it looks good, that output, if it's good enough, if we will be happy with that output, and so on and so on. And the same way it's understand where it's to stop output, to not stop. So doing like that. Maybe it's even generate multiple output passes and choose the best one. So, but yeah, it's very hard, very large, very complex, but it's still classification model. So when LLM think in and say, hey, here's what I thought, it's not actually what it thought, it's basically its classification. Mm, like it tried to guess the proper answer, like we did with the letters. It tried to guess letter based on field spaces by ink. Maybe we need to build something like that again. I don't remember exactly how I did it. It was more than 20 years ago, and I never tried to dig into that very low levels of artificials like predictions model at all, but it would be a nice exercise. But now it's much more complex, and we on early stages of building AGI, or what is called general artificial intelligence. Basically, when you're not building some prediction based on input data, provide me the best output data, but basically emulate human brain, which also is a neural network, but it's much more complex neural network than we used before. But again, with current state of science, physics, and power we could produce, and complexity of computer science we could build, it's become more and more possible. So we could emulate human brains in terms of course, not higher, not, I forgot that word, like higher self, when where we could feel some feelings. Yes, so feelings probably would be out of question for AGI, but we also have our mind, we have thoughts, and thoughts could produce emotions, and emotions and thoughts, like it would be possible for AGI. And because of that possibility, and it's fully mathematical kind of thinking, of course it would be very, very dangerous for humans, because they couldn't feel empathy, love, and other things which normally stop humans from doing the very bad things. But we see, even with the stopping of humans to doing very bad things, human a lot doing very bad things. They start wars, they kill people, they lead to killing even more people. And I'm not talking just from air. I'm Ukrainian, and I see how my country was destroyed right now. It's not only by Russians, it's destroyed by all other part of wars which decided to continue that war by providing and giving new weapons, new money, and new resources, and new ideas to Ukrainians that they should fight, they should win what, who knows what, probably some territories, but I mean, come on. Many people in Ukraine live on some territory, like maybe in any other country. And they, when they have a chance, they probably will visit, some other country for vacation, or some well-known places for vacation, like near the sea, or maybe to mountains. But they will not go to every other city somewhere and watch it or etc. So most of Ukrainians never been to those territories which we are talking right now. Okay, let's stop it. Let's stop it. Let's stop here. We are not about politics. We are about artificial intelligence. I'm just saying that right now humans destroying humans and they lies, they corrupted, they not thinking about good future of humanity at all. They think about own success and maybe success of their kids, but not about everyone's success. Of course, there are some governments, maybe like United States or China's government or other big countries, which trying to think with some perspective about in the future, so to remain big and powerful countries. But most of the humans normally live with very short planning. Let's say that ending by their life goals, not about humanity at all. Of course, there are some who say, okay, I love humans and I want everyone to live happy. But those normally you won't see at television and everywhere. It would be artists, it would be some not very formal people who actually want humanity to survive. Maybe there are some known persons like maybe Elon Musk or others who say that they want humanity to survive. That's why they do Mars missions, but probably Mars missions is not most effective way of humanity to survive. And we should solve problems here. So yeah, it's all questions. But what we see that AGI, when he start to think logically with just thoughts without feelings and with emotions, most probably he will have a no emotions, know that he don't want to make a lot of deal with that humans. So yeah, it's a great risk that we build in something which overcome us in any intellectual capability, but without any feelings and without any empathy. And because we are fighting, companies fighting to have success first here, of course they're not thinking about all the security precautions. Probably they think, but not at a good level, believe me. So yeah. Okay. You know what? I still haven't opened everything I need for software development, and today is a Saturday night for me. For some of you who is watching, maybe it's not night, maybe it's day. By the way, have a great day or night or whatever time of the day you're having. And yeah, probably I'll continue. So what I do during software development part of my stream, I try to build some programs, and right now I'm trying to build program which will help me with YouTube videos. It will transcribe them and using LLM prompts will create titles, descriptions, video chapters, keywords, and so on. And right now we are working on creating prompts to do proper video chapters. So you provide a long text of the stream with time component, basically subtitles. So text and time component in format SRT. It's well-known format used by Google and many other companies. And also we're trying to use Whisper, which is transcription model, one of the best. It could be used for free even on your local computer, or you could run it as API from OpenAI, from Azure, or whatever. So there are multiple providers. And we trying to get those results from Whisper and ask LLM, basically ChatGPT 4 right now, and say, hey, generate us cool video chapters with proper time reference for the topic change and everything. And we worked with that pretty a lot during last stream, and we received some good prompts but we don't have any beautiful prompt. And we finished the last stream while we playing with the temperature settings. Um, and yeah, higher temperature provide very fun results. Some mix of languages, some mix of sense of, you will never expect that it would be proper answer. But yeah, it started with something which looks like a video section, but it will go wrong direction very soon, and very wrong direction. So of course we need to lower temperature. Now we have that as parameter, and we will work with that. I'm not sure tomorrow or Monday, but surely in few days. And then I'll update our code base in Romantic Developer GitHub repository, in YouTube AI helper, and you could use those as well for your own needs. So we already built some batch prompting. We just need to install tools and execute batch, basically bat file. You could execute it from shortcut in Windows. And then we'll do the same with Python, which much more capable, but Python script. And next step would be running, like writing some program contains from with some microservices, with video interface, UI, and which will do basically the same, but will store the results on a remote server, and we will do even more than we could imagine. Probably it could create some dictionary of our previous streams. It could build some Azure search, so put it into some base database, and we could search across it, and probably use even more things like Azure search to find similar by things, and so on and so on. So I have few ideas, and probably we will do that, and we have about 50 days to implement all of those, because it's how many days I should stream every day consecutively. It's 152 days. So mostly 50 days we have, and no one ever say I should stop after 152. 152 days is just number of days which we have some bet with my wife if I could do that. And yeah, I'm doing that. Also, I'm asking you to leave some comments, some questions, or just some, you could say hi. Okay. I also not sure why YouTube pushing my content. I noticed that many Indian developers sees my content, even if they in completely different time zone and I'm in United States. And I also noticed that it's not exactly pushed to the people who are interested in that type of content. But yeah, in this world, um, it's challenging. It's challenging, especially for long time video streams, to to be recommended, because people join, they look, they, even if they could be interested potentially, they just hear something very very short, and they understand, okay, I don't want to stay here and like hearing all of that again, and they just leave. And because of those, not much recommendation. And maybe based on some people, yeah, hearing that more time, they look, okay, that person hearing that maybe, and also the same thing here to other person. So yeah, maybe I should recommend it to them. But yeah, I never received too many recommendations, so maybe up to 5 person in my stream is all the things. you know, yeah, good, good. Uh, Nice to have you here, Atlas. Yeah, normally, So I don't see exact questions here, except you don't know what I'm building here. And I'm just talked about it right now, maybe for another 5 minutes. So I'm trying to use LLM to help me use some scenario. Of course, I not doing anything unique. You could you could do all the same things manually, but I try to want just save some time. So I'm trying to automate multi-step process. Basically, it's all about programming. All the programming is automation of multi-step processes, which normally could be done by human. Yeah, it would be cool if it would be really cool if you can find something which couldn't be done manually by human, which computer can do. Yeah, I know. There are some things which computer can do by utilizing many inputs and do very fast computing and providing some results and like other things. but but even doing the same type of computing by human and then just say like do the same type of things, it's still possible. Yeah, I need to think about it. It's a good question. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to utilize LLM, but in multi-step process. Use LLM for one thing, for transcribing, then using LLM for another thing, and as at the very end, probably just to update something. Yeah, but again, it's not something unique, and probably yeah, it's not an excuse that it's not something unique. It's very hard to remember any project that would be really unique. If you think I'm just trying to thought about what I'm doing commercially, I mean, it's my main work, and even if it's very complex things uh, connected to, as I said, healthcare, and when the same LLMs used for more complicated stuff like analyzing also some content of like doctor-patient interaction or trying to get some insights from some pictures, medical pictures. Yeah, nothing is created. It's again, it's everything. At the end, it become like a magic. You just come to the doctor talk, and then like computer say, okay, doctor, hey, you should prescribe this patient that and that. And doctor, because it's still copilots, doctor say, okay, I approve. So it looks like a magic, but after all, it's all the things which could be done without computer, without LLM. Yeah, but just will require slightly more time. So we just trying to save our time to spend it in many cases worthlessly, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully we save some time and we'll use our unique human gifts, like to provide some persons some of our love, energy, uh, communication, which is human to human communication is still unique because it's happening not only on multiple layers, and we talk about that a lot. So yeah, thank you for joining my stream. Thank you. Hopefully we could meet later. um, Normally I'm trying to stream every day at 10 p.m. PST, but on weekends it's shifted a lot, and on normal days sometimes I also move slightly, maybe half an hour, but normally I'm trying to stick to 10 p.m. PST. So I will stream here another 50 days for sure. Please join, and you can put in after stream some question or some note or maybe just share some insights of and we could talk about it. I'm in PST, but not in California. I'm in Washington State, close to Seattle greater area. So I could drive to Redmond, where is my main work is located. Yeah. So yeah, if you I would be really happy to think about some of your comments, reply to them, and probably we could organize it even more interestingly. But for now, my wife is waiting for me. I promised her today not to make a very hugely long stream because we have some plans. So sorry, guys. I'm still yeah. I'll do whatever I promised slightly later, tomorrow or day after tomorrow during my working week. And I wish you everyone good time, and yeah, our loved ones, our people with whom we live right now, it's more important than any software development. So just give some love to them, give some your attention, and yeah, and basically that my wish for today. And hopefully we could have good conversation other days. See you later.